The following unofficial rebroadcast of Twit Live is brought to you by Odd TV and CashFly. CashFly's global network delivers your content, ensuring your website, streaming media, and downloads exceed expectations at cashfly.com. Hey, Roy, are you there?
I'm there, yeah.
Hey, Roy.
How you doing?
We're doing great. So we were just saying we're going to do this kind of backwards, where we do you first and then we record the open and close. So
Sure, yeah.
Imagine, if you will, that we have already sung your praises, explained who you are, and we said, let's get Roy on the phone right now. Roy, are you in the UK?
Yes, I am.
But you don't sound very British.
Nope.
Are you an expat?
No. Actually, the schooling I got was in more of an American teachers, so my accent tends to be a bit of...
Your brain got warped by Americans.
It's really a complicated story, with more personal one, so, yeah.
my deepest apologies.
All right.
So why boycott Novell?
Right. I mean, I suppose that the main goal of the site would be to actually put pressure on Novell. This goes back to 2006, when there was a kind of a friendly attempt to do the same type of thing in the mailing list, and I wasn't the only person to try and do that. It was a group of us, people who were opposing the deal since the first few hours, I think, after the announcement. The announcement itself came only after some kind of a press conference, which was announced the day before, and people started to speculate what the deal was about. And as soon as it was announced, lots of people were quite angry because they actually saw the implications. And we were trying to change this as SUSE users, and I was among them. I was using SUSE at home and at work exclusively at the time. We did try to change it in a kind of a friendly fashion. It turned out to be irrevocable, the deal itself. And it wasn't very obvious what the implications would be within a few days. And there were lots of articles about this. Lots of people demonstrated. I think very few people actually accepted the deal at the time. And I was among the people who were trying to get the message across in various means. So there were things like sites, blogs, Usenet, emails, mailing lists, and so on. And we're trying to convince the company to change its direction in some way.
So what do you see as the goals of Boycott Novell?
Well, if we manage to put pressure on the company through customers and through rectify its commitment to suppliers, the free software world, and people, which include developers, and it might as well just be peer companies such as Red Hat and even Debian, which is just a project, not necessarily a company. If we can actually achieve that and put pressure on the company, it might find itself having to make some certain changes to the direction it took. Right. It's not a very simple thing to do, but by sharing information, we can equip people with certain knowledge on things they tend to overlook when they see things like press releases and quotes from the company itself.
So when I was looking at the Boycott Novell website, I was looking at the About page, and it makes it very clear that Boycott Novell is not intended to be a blog, and instead it says that it, quote, strives to become a community where readers and contributors share their thoughts and interpretation. This is not a hate site. This is neither a crusade nor any type of propaganda front. We have our mindset and a single goal, finding out the truth. I think it's safe to say as well that Boycott Novell is one of the most controversial sites in the open source world. And in fact, having you on the show has been very controversial. I was just mentioning that to you earlier on. So when you say the term, this is not a hate site, it seems that many people seem to think it is a hate site.
Yeah,
because of what?
Because of the name of the website.
Well, what was interesting is when I announced on Twitter and Identica that I was going to be having you on the show, I said, quote, I'm excited to have confirmed Roy Schestowitz from Boycott Novell on FLOSS Weekly on the 14th of October. And a couple of the responses that I got back, so for example, quote, oh dear, all I can say is best of luck to you and Merlin, the man is an extremist nutcase. quote, trying to sensibly engage fanatics sometimes ends up validating them, giving them more media power and status. Good luck. Quote, do you feel responsible for giving a voice to known lies and slanderers? Boycott Novell is everything wrong with open source. I mean, these are very strong statements. I mean, if it's not a hate site, why are people making those statements?
You said these statements, the sources of the statements, sometimes you have to look at them as well. It's very controversial as a site, obviously, because